Welcome back. Welcome to Meditation 4. What am I already forgiving? So by now you're accustomed to this meditation process and you have your journal handy. You know where you're going to be sitting. And you're getting into the groove of this. And it is now time to fully engage the shadow work. The parts of ourselves that we don't want to own, but are key to us really breaking through that glass ceiling to the next level of our existence. So I invite you to engage with all of your emotions, the so-called good ones and the so-called bad ones, as we enter this manifestation process. We enter it looking to create something in our lives that has been eluding us, something that stays right outside our grasp. So we have to do this deep work. Thank you for being courageous. Thank you for being willing. And I also invite you to be prepared to rise from this meditation changed from when you went into it. And that means that you're going to have to go through the valley of the shadow. All right, enough said. Let's get comfortable. Find a place where you're going to sit. Find a place where your journal or paper is going to reside. And settle in. Allow the chair to hold you completely. Allow your muscles to give way and allow the chair to do its work. As you close your eyes, I invite you to notice the sounds you hear in the room. I invite you to notice how your body feels in this moment. And notice if you're having any anxiety or apprehension about the process. Just notice. Nothing to do, everything to observe. And then just start by observing your breath. We're going to go through our usual process here. Just noticing our breath, then our rhythmic breathing, and then our relaxation process. So let's begin. Inhale. Hold and exhale. Inhale through your nose. Hold and exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Hold and exhale. Inhale. 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 Hold. And exhale. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. Now last one. Inhale. Hold. And exhale all of the air in your lungs till you cannot exhale any more. And then with your eyes still closed, just continue your deep, full belly breaths. But going back to your own natural pace. Once again, allow the chair to hold you. Allow your muscles to relax. And once again, at the top of our head, we see a beautiful ball of golden light. We watch now as this light pulses and enters through the top of our head, relaxing, rejuvenating, and restoring our body. We feel this light as it enters through the top of our head, cleansing and relaxing all of the muscles and the tissues of our scalp, our face, our forehead. We see it entering our gray matter and cleansing and renewing, relaxing our brain, our mind. This light fills our sinus cavities, our mouth, infuses the bones of our face, our skull, and our jaw, relaxing the muscles of our jaw and tongue, restoring and renewing the fibers of our mouth and gums, the nerves of our teeth, our eardrums, our ear canals, and now into our neck and throat as it becomes one with our spine. We feel our spine elongate and the nerves in our spinal column radiating this golden light to the very ends and the tips of the nerve endings, improving communication between our body and our mind. We feel this relaxation, this golden light now pouring down from our neck into our shoulders and shoulder blades, through our shoulders, balls of our shoulder, where our arms connect, down the muscles, tendons, and fibers of our arms, our bones, our elbows, our forearms, our wrists, and into our hands. We feel this warm golden light now filling every cell and atom of our hands, taking away any tension or stress, removing any dis-ease or chronic conditions. We feel this light now from the top of our head to the tips of our fingers, cleansing, restoring, and relaxing our physical body. We feel now that our arms are heavier, and they rest on the furniture or on other parts of our body, motionless and still. This light now pours down from our throat into our chest cavity, filling our heart and lungs, relaxing the muscles of our lungs and the muscle of our heart, so that they can absorb the light, the healing, the restorative energy of this beautiful golden light as it circulates and expands through our rib cage and diaphragm, all through our spine, all the way from the base of our brainstem now to the bottom of our coccyx. This golden light is infusing our spinal column and all the nerve endings throughout our body are now radiating with this relaxing, restorative golden light. And as we breathe, once again, we feel this light filling all of our internal organs, our intestines, our stomach, our liver and spleen, our kidneys, our reproductive organs, all of them rejuvenated and able to do their job, their function without effort and strain, without concern or worry. We relax into this moment and feel ourselves falling even deeper and deeper into the chair we are sitting in, into the cushion we are seated on. As this light continues down through our hips and hip joints, to our hamstrings and thighs, to our knees, all the tendons, the ligaments, the bones, the knee joint itself, now rejuvenated and restored, cleansed by this beautiful golden light as it pours down our legs past our shins and calves to our ankles, to our heels and the balls of our feet, to the arch and to the top of our feet, and all the tendons, bones, and ligaments of our beautiful feet. And we feel now as this light, this warmth, this relaxation reaches our toes, and this light continues to pour into the floor beneath us. From the top of our head to the bottom of our toes, we are surrounded by this beautiful golden light, and we exist in and as this light, fully relaxed, fully able to take in all the oxygen we need. We breathe once again and radiate golden light. Now gently bring your attention inward and call to mind a moment in your life when you missed the mark. A time when you said or did something you regret. When you failed to speak up, show up, or follow through in a way that now weighs heavy on your heart. Let that memory gently rise without rushing or forcing it. Trust that the right moment will come into focus in your mind's eye. Once it does, visualize yourself in that scene. See where you are, who else is present, and what was said, what was done, or what was not done and left unsaid. Observe your actions or your inaction with compassion and awareness. Try not to judge, just notice. Now shift your attention to the version of you who made that choice. See yourself clearly. What was going on within you then? What were you afraid of? What pain, confusion, and unmet needs may have shaped that moment for you? Now step closer to your past self and begin to speak to them from your wiser, more loving self of today. Acknowledge the impact of your actions. Name the guilt or shame you've been holding on to. And when you're ready, softly offer these words. I see you. I know you were doing the best you could at that time. I forgive you, and I release you from this weight. Now imagine yourself placing your hand on their shoulder or heart, whatever feels right to you, and watch as the burden begins to lift. Visualize our warm golden light of love entering this space, washing over and filling the both of you. Let this golden healing light dissolve any lingering self-blame or resentment. Notice how your body feels. Notice what emotions are present right now. And notice what thoughts arise as you begin to let it go. I invite you to take a few slow, comfortable breaths, continuing to process and feel all of your feelings about and in this encounter. With each breath, inhale compassion, and with each breath, exhale and release judgment. When you're ready, I invite you to take out your journal or your paper and write all of the thoughts and feelings that have been awakened in you by this visualization. After writing, just sit with your eyes closed, breathing slowly, deep, full breaths. And if you're still writing, continue to write. Now, I invite you to gently read what you wrote silently to yourself. Now I invite you to read it out loud so you can hear yourself saying these words. And now, just sit with the images of your life and this forgiveness practice of your life for a few moments with your eyes closed. Sit with the images that you have created and experienced. Now it's our time to reflect, still with your eyes closed, but reflect on forgiveness, resentment, and your life, and how they have been interacting as part of your life. Reflect on how you've been holding resentment and granting or not granting forgiveness in your life. Where have you made the conscious decision to forgive? And where have you allowed resentment to linger? How is that lingering resentment affecting your life, your emotions? What about self-forgiveness? Have you looked at it? If not, why not? If yes, is there more that you need to? Remembering that we are going to come back to this meditation again. We are going to do this work again. I invite you to be gentle with yourself. Take a moment to sit still and feel the empowerment that has arisen within you as you reflect on the forgiveness process of your life. Acknowledge the courage it takes to step into this deep work and give yourself a generous dose of gratitude for showing up for it. As you look back on your meditation and your forgiveness, what stood out for you? Where did strong emotions surface? Pay particular attention to the areas that were difficult. They hold the key. How might you approach it next time with a little more gentleness and self-compassion? And if there were moments that brought you true joy and happiness, freedom, acknowledge that, the lightness that it brings. Use your journal or the companion workbook to take notes of all of these things and track the process in your mind. And when you're ready, I invite you to open your eyes and come back into this room and this time and place. So this was about 35 minutes from beginning to end, this process. And I'm going to invite you and ask you to repeat it over and over again this week as you're going through this work. Perhaps picking a different person every day to do forgiveness on. Perhaps going back and doing deeper work on the same person. It also doesn't have to be a person. You can do an organization, a situation, an institution. It could be a public figure you don't even know other than from the news. There are lots of layers to this onion. So I invite you to sit back, be gentle, and relax for this next weeks of work with forgiveness and resentment. You are amazing. Namaste.